Hey guys, I managed to pick up my Nexus 6P today, and yep, this is its glorious unboxing and initial boot video. So as I always say, let's go ahead and unbox this bitch. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and rip the cover off here. I do have a knife to the right of me, as you can see, but I don't know, it seems kind of redundant. This box was very easy to open. I know that sounds pretty stupid, but sometimes I actually have quite an issue with unboxing. I always forget a piece of sellotape somewhere or something like that. But once you get that cover off, you can just take off the white cover and it just lifts off and you're into the box. So the little blue tab at the bottom here, this basically shows you a little card with all the contents of your box. So of course your Nexus 6P, all the different cables, and of course how to insert a SIM card if you don't quite know how to do that. So on the left we have the glorious Nexus 6P. Straight away I can tell you it feels so good in the hand. That all metal body, it feels premium. I mean, that's the only way to describe it. Now, I said the Nexus 6 felt premium, but this just takes it to another level. It feels solid, it feels good. Straight away it feels great. Now, you do get a 90-day free trial of Google Play Music. That's useless to me because I already used the trial and I don't think I can use it twice. In here you get your SIM card tool, and you also have a little leaflet that shows you your safety and warranty. In terms of the cables included, you do get a USB-A to USB Type-C cable. It's kind of short, but this is the cable you can use to plug your device straight into your computer. I believe the Nexus 5X, which is the other phone from Google, doesn't come with this cable included, which kind of sucks, but the Nexus 6P does. You do have, of course, your power supply. I have a UK power supply, of course, so that's why it looks like this, and the USB-C port on the other end. And the other cable is a USB-C to USB-C, so this is going to be your primary cable for charging your device. It is also significantly longer than the USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable, which is always good, so you can have this on your desk. It's going to reach quite easily. And the good thing about this cable, guys, is its reversibility. You can just plug this in very easily without any fiddling. It's going to go in either way. There's no right way or wrong way to put this in, so it just fits. Now, let's get out the phone. Now, in terms of my color choice, I did in the end go for the aluminium version. Now, originally I actually ordered the graphite 32GB version, but after looking at some videos and looking at some images, I don't know, I actually went off that graphite color and I started to prefer the aluminium or frost version, but the aluminium was easier to get, so that's the one I got. I know a lot of people don't like that black bar at the top, but I don't know, it's grown on me. I don't mind it too much. It gives it some uniqueness. I completely understand if you don't like it because, you know, it's very different. And the graphite one does cover it up a little bit more than, of course, the aluminium one would do because there's no contrast between the colors. But yeah, I went for the aluminium one. It's just a personal choice. That's just the one I prefer right now. If we quickly bring in my Nexus 6 here, we can see some of the differences. In terms of the feel in the hand, the Nexus 6P definitely feels like the more premium device with its all metal build. In terms of the sizes, the Nexus 6P is ever so slightly taller than the Nexus 6, but honestly, they're pretty much about the same size. The main difference here is the width of the devices. The Nexus 6 is quite a wide device. The 6P is definitely not as wide, and that makes it easier to grip in one hand. Now, I can grip them both in one hand, but it's easier for me to grip the 6P than the Nexus 6, so it's going to be easier for one-handed use, which is always a plus. Now, in terms of the initial boot here, there's not going to be too many surprises. It's that standard kind of Google intro with Google Now and all that sort of stuff. I have singled out a few things that were different because of the fingerprint sensor and stuff like that. One thing I do want to mention that I noticed straight away with this device is the haptic feedback. The motor is just beautiful, I think. It's just very subtle. It's strong but subtle. It doesn't vibrate the entire device. It doesn't distort the sound or anything weird like that. It's a really nice haptic feedback motor, so that's a good job there. Definitely better than my Nexus 6 haptic feedback motor, that's for sure. Now, as you can see, this is always the same initial kind of boot sequence. You've got all the stuff you need to go through, signing in your Google account, signing into your Wi-Fi, restoring your account. But this is where it gets interesting. You can see you can unlock the device with a fingerprint scanner, which of course this device has. It's called Nexus Imprint. It's located on the back of the device. You can see it right there. So pretty much exactly where your index finger is going to be resting when you're holding the device one-handed. So it should be a good location. Of course, I will tell you more about that when I've used the device for longer than 5 minutes. But setting up is very easy. It only takes about 5 to 6 finger presses and that's it. Your fingerprint is stored. You can of course add, I think it's up to 5. I did quickly add a second one because sometimes I hold it with my left hand, sometimes with my right. So I did both of my index fingers. Very quick, very easy to do. So once you've done all that, the device will boot up and it will start restoring your applications. That takes a while depending on how many apps you have, but if we just want to see how much storage the 32GB variant has, we'll dive into settings, we'll go to storage, and you can see you have about 25GB of usable storage. Now for me that's plenty. I use a lot of cloud services, things like Spotify for music and Google Photos for my photos. So that's perfect for me. I generally don't use that much space on my devices, but if that's not enough, you will have to consider the 64GB variant or even the 128GB variant. So there are some choices for you, but it doesn't have expandable storage, I'm afraid. A very quick test of the fingerprint sensor here, and I can tell you it's very, very fast. All you have to do is slightly place your finger on the sensor and it's going to unlock straight to your home screen. You're not even going to see the lock screen. It's seriously quick and it's going to be very convenient to use, which is awesome. There will be a lot more coverage on the Nexus 6P guys, so stay tuned for that. But that's all for this video. See you in the next one. Peace out.